I am a resident of Bangalore, India, and Malleshwaram, the locality that I live in, is not only one of the oldest ones, but also is right at the heart of the city. The area around my apartment building is quite busy and includes a school, a hospital, and a bus stop. On an average day, it gets so noisy that we find it difficult to hear ourselves speak inside the house. But we are fortunate to have a lot of greenery around us, and now, because of the quarantine measures, the noise situation has changed quite drastically. Now, a day in quarantine begins with the euphony of the birds. The first thing I hear in the morning is the song of the bulbul. This chap sits on the tree outside my balcony and goes on with his frenzied singing with alarm clock like precision at 5:45 am. He's at it for a full 15 minutes before flying off to attend to the rest of his chores. Then there are the crows. There is one particular crow in the entire mob of crows in the area who is hyper. I have been watching her for about 4 years now, and it's very evident that she considers herself as the watch crow of the area. She is constantly on the vigil, chasing away all the birds, especially the kites. She is also not too fond of me. Every time I go to the terrace garden, she arrives within a minute and perches on the raised pipes and watches me with her beady eyes. If I remain for too long in the open areas of my terrace, she makes her displeasure felt by swooping down and trying to peck me on the head. She is extremely smart and has this nasty habit of swooping down when my back is turned. There are a lot of kites flying about and gathering material for their nests. They are magnificent creatures, and there is one family building a nest on one of the higher branches of a tree right outside my balcony. I cannot see the nest, but I can see the kites go off on expeditions and come back carrying long strings and twigs. The kites also watch me when I go to the terrace and swoop down often. The pigeons, who are everywhere and mostly sitting on the windowsills, contributing with their mess and mass of feathers. They also come when I go to the terrace, but they are mostly watching inquisitively and occasionally fly at me. I am certainly not popular with the birds. The barbets are the noisiest of all the birds and can be heard throughout the day. They are very hard to spot too, as their green color blends beautifully with the leaves on the trees. Apart from the feathered friends on the trees and in the skies, there are the squirrels. Always hopping around on branches, they are constantly chirping in their high-pitched voices and competing to drown out the barbets. The list of creatures on the trees doesn't end here. There is a troop of monkeys who are regular visitors. They come without fail every evening and feast on the mangoes and coconuts. And to my mother's annoyance, they also eat her flower buds and the vegetables growing in our terrace garden. They also break pots now and then. And if you thought that's the end of the list, think again. As the day comes to an end and twilight begins, out come the nocturnal beings. First come the bats in thousands. They roost in a nearby forest area and come out flying as the sun sets. The sight of them flying silently above, with the occasional bat swooping down low to see if I'm edible, is simply magnificent. And once the population has settled down for the night, it's the turn of the owls to have their way and say. They can be seen flying around silently like ghosts, hunting for mice and other night creatures. And just when I'm about to settle in for the night, I hear them shriek and screech and remind me that it's their turn to make merry into the night before the dawn of a new day.